Alright, welcome back to another episode of Game Crafters, where today we're going to be crafting some more levels up. We got some things done with off camera that you haven't, well, you're not going to see here, of course, but today I'm going to be trying to get 4 more levels built, and I'm going to also see how I'm going to build this secret thing here, which is not so much of a secret, more so just a very tricky way to try to get your arse over to, the thing that you need to get your arse over to. You'll see what I mean soon enough. But if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like and subscribe for more. Okay, so I don't think I need any of these. At least I'm not entirely too sure if I need any of these. Nope, what I need right now is this. I need to just make the next set of levels. Whoops. Move this over to here, and then we just go over to here. And boom. So, I have an idea on how I want to do most of these, and it's really simple. 7 and 8, at least I know. 9 and 10 are going to be a little bit tricky, but I think I can manage. Before I do anything, I should get this set up. I believe it's 6, right? Let me save. Yep, it's 1 below. At least until we get to something that's going to be completely different. And we'll see if I can keep up with that. So here we are at a 7th level. It's going to be another building level. I was thinking about how most of the levels would be set up. Well, I was during downtime and whatnot. And the way that I have is a building level here that's going to kind of just be you're entering a building after having exited the bridge. And it's going to be a key/crate puzzle instance. You'll see what I mean in a minute. I'm just going to build out the entire area in the way that it needs to be built out. Now I just need to get this right. I think this has to go in more. And there's going to be a bunch of lava here. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Matter of fact, I'm going ahead and get those gameplay objects in. So I need some lava. We're going to have a lava here. It's going to be a stream of lava. It's like the entire building got encapsulated in a lot of lava, basically. There's going to be, well, I guess it might make more sense to get the rest of the stuff in here, first and foremost. There's going to be 2 walls here, and there's going to be a key. But to get this key, you need to free up a space that has lava in it. And it's probably going to be like that. There's going to be most likely a crate over here. But other than that, let's see. I know there's a way I can get it set up to where a crate is kind of going to be stuck in one particular spot. You'll see what I mean soon enough. I guess what I'll do is just build the levels out here first. So first things first, let me get a crate in here and let me figure out where all of this needs to go. So we're going to put a crate over here. Or we could put it right here, but you have to get it out of the area in some way and shape and form. Let's see here. Alright. Probably set it up like this. I could probably just leave that open. And leave some areas here for some red herrings, most likely. There are multiple ways you could solve a puzzle. Doesn't fully matter what way you choose, so long as you choose a way that's right for you. Alright, I see the solution, but can you see the solution? Probably yes. I'll put that here just because. Alright, I see the solution for this particular puzzle. I mean, also just going ahead and do that so I can, leave this open. So there's probably not going to be a single bit of enemies here. I don't know why. I just figured that would be the way to go about doing that. So this area is encompassed in lava. Like an entire lava spill occurred here. Obviously. And there will be a crate right out there. And you're going to need this crate. And you're going to need to grab a key. So there's probably going to be 2 different crates. I'll probably put it over here. So it's mostly just crate puzzles as well as, trying to get to the key so you can unlock like certain things and whatnot. We could probably, well, yeah, it depends. If some of the areas here is like this, blocked off. I guess that's fine. Alright, let's see. I want to try to open it up a little bit. And there's probably going to be... Oh, I guess it depends. Depends on how this should be set up. There we are. And there's where key resides, right here. Boom. But now the real question is, which is the one that's going to get you to this with ease? That's a good question. Let's see. I guess in this instance, it doesn't really matter which one you go for, as long as you go for something. Yeah, that should work. I'll leave some open spaces here to make you think. I mean, anybody watching this is going to obviously see the solution, because I'm going to test it and show off said solution. But that's fine. We don't necessarily need to have anything too complex occurring here. This is supposed to be simple puzzles after all. If I'm going to get complex puzzles coming in here, I'm going to do it in a very particular way. Let's see. So I think the idea here is simple. We're trying to make it so that the crates are a little bit more closed off. Without making it too obvious, of course. Yep, that should work. Not like it really matters. Granted, I guess I could figure out a way to make it seem more obvious. But you don't know what crate to use. Could be the one closest to the key. Could be the one far from the key. Do you know what crate I'm talking about? Probably not, but that's fine. Choose wisely, because if you use up one of the crates, you'll have to restart the level, which is not that bad, because it doesn't count as a death. It's not like Sonic Adventures 2 where restarting counts as a death, even though you could easily just exit the level and come back in. It's just kind of tedious to do that. Convenience sake, I guess. It makes sense. But it's not like the lives in that game are that difficult to really come by. But now the real question is, do I want another crate puzzle? Possibly. Maybe. And we can even set it up like the cliffside looking like that. Okay, let's see. I could definitely have it set up to where there's 2 crates and you gotta figure out which one is the one that you want to use. Or you could sacrifice a crate. But how to sacrifice crate? What is best way to sacrifice? I figure out the best way to sacrifice crate. Technically, it's the one that makes the most sense when you think about it. I'll put some more lava here. The lava is just there to showcase that the entire area has kind of just been messed up. Obviously. The entire place got messed up with all the volcanic activity and whatnot. That's a good question. How would I'm trying to figure out a way to make it tricky, but it shouldn't be tricky. It should be simple. So why am I trying to make it tricky? Yep, that's just making it tricky. You just push through there, but is there any way I can make it a little bit challenging? Not quite. Yeah, but that doesn't make any sense. Why would you move that? It makes sense more to delete that. But then how would you get that through there? To try to make it challenging, you also gotta make it slightly more simplistic. It's not gonna help. And that's not gonna help either. I don't want the thing to just be a straight shot. What if I just put this here instead? Yep, it seems like that would work just fine. Of course, how in the hell would you get your ass over there? That's the real question. Unless... Right. Good. Priorities, folks. Name of the game here. Can't have anything there if that crate's gonna be there. Can't put it there, but can't put it up there either. Wouldn't work there. Wouldn't work up here. Setting up crate puzzles is going to be a pain in the ass if I want to make the more complex and tricky one. But I guess if you're mapping out the path, it seems very simple to you, but to somebody else it probably isn't. How do you make crates more tricky to work with? That wouldn't work either. Where the hell do you go? If only I had more space to work with. I guess technically speaking, I could. Yeah, but that's just matching that now. Eesh. Okay, well, I could just do this then. Do I want to do it like that, though? Whoops, did not want to select that. Yeah, then nothing else would go there. Nothing else could go there. It has to be a straight shot. Anything else there would just be for fluff. I guess to match that, I think that would look cool. Okay, I think that's good. It's not really that tricky. Which, again, this shouldn't really be that tricky to begin with. It's a very simple level. It's level 7. Oh, and you're not going to hear it this time around because I don't have the music starter set up here, but that's fine. Ooh, that's low. But I adjusted the music for the first zone. When I get to the point where I do the tests and whatnot, you'll see. Also, I did this. I don't know if that's going to help. The GPU is still terrible. But hopefully that will help somewhat. So we got a key. But the thing is, if we open this gate up, we can't get through because there's no more crates to use. So we got to go down here. Prioritize your keys, folks. So, this is the crate that you want. Oh, I guess I probably could have put it down all the way since this would have worked regardless. Even I almost forgot what the solution was to this puzzle. Now, you can't push it up there because you can't push it out. You can't push it over here because you can't push it out. This is the crate for this one. You probably didn't guess that right, did you? Oh, but here's the issue. How do you get a crate up there? I forgot about that tidbit. Oh, maybe there's a way. No, there's not a way. I'd say maybe there's a way, but you can't push the crate past this. And it's not like pushing it past there is going to solve this puzzle any better. I mean, it's just another solution to the puzzle, I guess. Oh, but then how the hell are you going to get out here? See, issues. You got to think ahead with these puzzles here. I want to leave that down there, because if I have this open, then you can easily solve this without really having to go through all of that. I guess the next best solution would have to be to open up this area a bit. Technically, yeah, because you could push it out there like so. Unless... no. These are the ones that need to move. Because this needs to be open. That would just be a straight shot if that's open. I want the player to try to figure out a way to get around that. I feel like this is just too simplistic. Well, it's not like it really would have mattered that much. Oh, wait a minute, because you want to try to move it downwards, right? Well, I guess we could still technically leave this part open. Actually, why not? That does look kind of cool. Seeing the gate here kind of just closing off most of the area. I could just put some lava here to fill in that blank space. And when that opens up, yeah, that should work. Unless... no, this should work. This area is open enough to where you can move a crate through it. So nothing's really changed. You still have to go and do the roundabout. I mean, I guess technically speaking, no, you can't. There's literally no other reason to go around there now that I think about it. Just moving that crate around, grabbing that, opening this. Push this crate all the way down, push this all the way out. Up. Right, down, and boom. Easy, simple puzzle. Open up the gate. And you just do this puzzle, which I think should be simple. Yeah, it should be simple. It's not that hard. And for good reason, too. Alright, now we gotta go on ahead and open this spot up. Important. And then we gotta open this spot up. And boom. And we don't have to go through the whole spiel because it's just gonna take us outside into the zone anyways. I don't believe there should be any unlocks here. It doesn't make any sense for there to be any to begin with. I will, however, go on ahead and add this to the build. Boom. And I'll just put this right here. There we go. As simple as that, really. So now that that's set up, we just go and open this up. We got everything already set for us right here. And we basically just recreate this entire level again. This is how you do it. This is how you build these maps. You've seen me do it multiple times. You've seen me do it even more. I think if I can, for this next week, I'm going to try to get some things done with the music. And in place of that, I'm going to get the event stuff set up because we'll have all the main paths. Well, we already technically have it with the fast travel tower and the soon-to-be gate that we're going to build. And I'm going to get the event sequence stuff set up. That's my plan, at least. Now, this used to be open. This used to be a dome looking out there. But everything got melted when the volcano attacked. So if you're wondering what that is, that's what it is. Anyways, as I was saying, I'm going to be trying to get this special event stuff set up. Then the achievements, most likely. And then the voice logs menu. And after I've done that, and hopefully after I've made all of the side levels off camera. Oh, hold on a second. Let me go back here. Oh God, wrong button. This is what I want. Hopefully once I've done all that, we can move on over to the next and final step, I believe, which is to go on ahead and create the world map, which is going to require me to also, off camera, add in some things like enemies and lavas and crates throughout the world itself. So it looks like the world is lively and you see just the enemy going back and forth in the world map. I think that would look cool. That's the idea, at least. We're going to see if I can do that without too many issues. It shouldn't technically be that difficult. It's just I'm not sure how I'd want to showcase those things on the map. Obviously. Because the main thing to take into consideration with something like that is, of course, the world map's going to have an enemy just standing right there in the middle. Alright, and they're going to move if I have to do like the prefab setup, so do I remove all the enemies' ability? Wait a minute. Do I remove all the enemies' ability to move when I'm getting this? Because the world map is going to be set up by going into a separate world, having all of the zone fragments saved as a prefab, laying it all out and getting the alignment set properly to the map that I made in Photoshop here. And then after we've done that, I think I have all the objects here. I'll just look through this while we talk. After we've done that, we'll go on ahead and take a screenshot in full camera view so that I may be able to grab a perfect clean screenshot, cut out all the fluff, but make sure the image size stays the same so that texture-wise, everything moves where it needs to move. And then that's where we place the texture on a block. Hope the transparent JPEG or PNG or whatever we decide to use isn't going to be an issue. Whatever gives us transparency. And that's how we're going to have the world map unlock all the zones going forward. Which shouldn't really be that difficult. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta go on ahead and crop this first before I do anything. It theoretically shouldn't be that difficult. And I hope that's the case. Alright, now we just save as, go to the textures, and then we put this as a PNG, and boom. That's level 7 set up and done, so now I'm just going to exit out of that. I guess technically I could just do this, go to the artwork base in the middle, and then open the template. No problem. Would be the easiest thing for me to do to grab this. But we're not really going down the easy route now, are we? Alright, so there's the 7th level. Oh god, I didn't realize I was that close. I can zoom out, go up, and go over to the high cliffs and get this level set up and ready to go. I really do hope that this stupid frickin' what-do-you-call-it isn't going to be an issue now that I have this thing on. Of course, I could reduce this and see if that helps a bit. It does kind of mess around with the way this thing works. I do still need the prefabs for stuff like this. Okay, I do have a T-path junction. Let me gain access to this fool over here. I'll put this in, and I'll rotate this here. Okay, so you gotta be a 270. Got it. And now I'm just going to connect the jigsaw. I'll just delete this and the perimeter. And now I shall add in the level hub. And boom. Think. Yeah, good, great. Okay, good. Can I get in here? Awesome. So this is set up now. I like how it has a play button there, even though it doesn't make any sense for it to have a play button. And let me see if I remember this properly. Apply. Ah, yes, I remember it properly. Good, great. Well, technically, I need to go back and forth. I'd say that's the most annoying part about having to do this, because it is kind of a bit tedious that I mean, I guess there's a way I could probably open 2 of these at once. Go over to here, put that in, and there's our 7th level. And I guess technically speaking, I don't even have to go and open up this thing, because all I gotta do is just go over to my zone material and put it in. Perfect. Now, I believe the player was in the center here, but I can't quite recall for some reason. Which is really annoying. Alright, player. I'm gonna just assume you're there. Part of me also does kind of want to... I mean, I could try something, but I don't think it's gonna work. I believe this should be 7. And then take me to Zone 1, Level 7. This would mean that I would have to go through all of this just to be able to get to this. But I feel like if I'm going to do this, I'm going to at least get all 10 levels finished first. Then we'll do a quick little tour of all the levels. Let me go over to here real quick. Yep, it is 6. Was there anything else that I am missing here? Yeah, that's what I'm missing. 1 and 7. I forgot why this needed to be here. Where were you again? Alright, you're for the incomplete and completed section. Right, okay, I remember now. Good. What you making that noise for, Moo? That snoozy noise. And I think that's all for this. I think. It's hard to say sometimes. Alright, good. That's just there to give you some more crate puzzles, but this time there's no enemies there to distract you. That's where all the enemies are. How'd they get through here, though? Technically, the enemies are immune to lava. Yeah, you can tell apart, but it still feels so goddamn bright. Yeah, I mean, the zone is a little bit brighter, isn't it? So long as you could tell the keys and the lava apart, I'm fine with it being slightly brighter. This helps a little bit, because without it, it looks like that, and that's not what we want. But if this is too far up, then it's too dark. At that point, it might as well just be ignore light. Half metallic helps slightly. Unfortunately, there's no way to have it set to where the light doesn't affect it, but keeps it the same as it is in the level's view. What I mean by that is, well, we're going to be making the next set of levels anyways. I might as well just go on ahead, get my ass over to here, since this is kind of where the levels are. And also, it's just a good idea to just remind myself. Yeah, the player is in the middle there. To have it look like this, essentially. Technically speaking. Easier said than done, obviously. I'm sure there's some coding thing or some other thing without the need of coding that would allow me to do that, but I don't know what that is yet. I'm still technically learning how this entire program works. Wait a minute. I didn't want you to do that, you... You're a fool. You're a fool, Joe. A fool! I guess it technically doesn't really matter, but I still would rather use the one that I duplicated instead. The principle, really. Alright, boom. I do believe you are 1 and 8. So this one is actually rather simple in a concept. We're probably going to have it set up. Well, I'll move these around as I see fit. But I think this is going to be a little bit more of a tricky bit. You'll see in a minute. So you've seen how most of those enemies move clockwise, right? What if I told you they can go around an entire map? Yeah, they could do that. If you design the level in a very particular way, they can go around an entire map. Now, I'm gotta try to figure out how exactly I want to have that set up. But I feel like it shouldn't be that hard to get set. So if I want them to, say, go up here now, if we're doing clockwise enemies here, then they would basically do that. So there's going to be like, whoops, I didn't want you to go there. So it's essentially a valley that we're building here. I thought I had way more room than this. Hold on, let me back out a little bit. I could probably give myself even more room by having it be more of a vertical face. Yeah, like just have the enemies go up here or something. Or we could just also have them go in this direction. Yeah, just have them like go around the map. So we'd have like maybe the half point around here. And when you open this up, the enemies get moved over to a new path, covering up more of it. While you're going through a mini crate puzzle here to waste time for these enemies to slowly but surely move into this new part of the map. The half part of the map. and whatnot. I just gotta figure out how I plan on fully doing that. So what should their main path be? If we're doing it like a half and half kind of deal, an enemy should go at around this point here. And when you open up the place, this area opens up and you gotta go here. So the enemies will go down here. They'll return back over to this point. And there's going to be an area here. Well, maybe not here. Here. Where there's going to be a lock. Oh, yes. A lock. And as soon as you open that up, the enemies will then start to pour into that area. Start doing all the things there. They should go down here, and then that's where their new path starts. So it will probably, well, it depends. How far down do I want these guys to go here? Now this is just basically showing you that clockwise enemies can, theoretically, go around an entire map. So clockwise, clockwise, boom. And because they have nowhere else to go, they'll just go in that direction, essentially. Most of these areas remain open, but technically there really is no reason for them to be open if you're kind of just stuck in most of this area. Oh, there could be just some random set of clockwise enemies here that kind of move around in this spot here, and that's where you have to go to get the key. And this right here could be where the crate puzzle resides. You just go down there until you get down to here. And the enemies will just fill up the spot slowly but surely while you're solving a puzzle. They go down here. So even a clockwise enemies can be counterclockwise, provided they have the space to do what they need to do. I don't know what this puzzle should be, but if there's going to be a crate puzzle, then we need to leave most of it open. Let's see here. I mean, it's not really a puzzle, it's more so just a thing to keep the player semi-busy. I mean, I guess technically speaking, if their crate was here, you'd have to go around, push it. Go up. Go around, push it. Go up. Ooh, maybe leave a spot open so you have to follow the herd. Or if we leave a spot open, well, you do have to be deleted. If we were to leave a spot open, we would do this. If that's the case, well, it's on my mind. Let's put lava here, lava there, and lava up here. So you cannot just easily pass on through. If you were to push a crate through here, you can't get it out. And we will also take this into consideration. No, we'll do this instead, because if you destroy that crate, you're shit out of luck. It works perfectly. Destroying this doesn't do anything for you. And you can't really put it here either, because you'll be trapped. So you have to push it through here. And once all the enemies get out and do their thing and start following this new path, now you gotta worry about that. I'm just trying to figure out what would be the best way to make this work for you to have to go through here again. I would say maybe have like another crate puzzle that forces you to have to go through here and have enemies, you know, going around like a very specific path that has them be obstacles and whatnot. Oh yeah, that's right. That's what I wanted to do with these fools. They're going to be here to create semi-obstacles for you to have to surpass. So enemies go through here, you got to surpass them here. Go up here, clockwise turn. Right? Yeah. Clockwise. That's counterclockwise. That won't work. And with that path technically being open, we would rather these enemies go where exactly? That is a good question. I guess technically we would just put them here, right? Whoops. Leave that part open. Have the enemies go through there. Clockwise, clockwise, clockwise. Or counterclockwise. Wait, no, that's wait. No, this is clockwise. But this does need to be open so the enemies can go through. Basically, any turn that has the enemies moving to the right is the one that's clockwise. That's moving to the right, that's moving to the right, if the enemy is facing forward. And if all the enemies here are just filling up this place as is, then that would make it so that you will have to dodge the enemies, walk through, get through. I mean, I guess technically we could just have this area be like the main obstacle area. And if an enemy were to go up here, that would be too close, though. It could work, but I feel like the enemies would be close enough to where that won't be a thing that allows you to do that. Well, we definitely do want some lava here. Well, that's a good question, though. Because I could just have key here instead. Unless maybe we have it so the player has to go through here to get through to here. Well, they could just go through here, so why even bother with that? Well, I guess since I already know where at least one thing's going to be, I'll put a crate here. There we go. I'll worry about placing all the enemies and all that stuff later. Right now I gotta figure out this first part and also figure out how I want to like connect these areas here. If that were to be left open. Enemies would go around there. And then there would just be more enemies trying to get their arses in through here. And as soon as you open that path up, more enemies would get added into the group, which would make things slightly difficult. Question is, am I able to set it all up to where all the enemies... Well, it depends on how many enemies I have placed here. It depends on how much space you've got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wait. Start at the gate and end here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, oh god. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. Ah, shit. 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82. Okay, we got 82 there. I'm going to just put that damn number in so I can figure out how much we've got here. Well, let me just see how many I can divide it by. If I want the enemies to be a very specific amount of spaces here. How about 11, 12, 13? That is such an undividable number. And any number lower than that is just going to be a pain in the ass to work with. I could divide it by 2, but that's 41 enemies across the board. That seems a bit too much. I mean, the closest being 16.4 is 5. Is there any better number? Well, I'm going to just put this here or equate that. Is 84 a better divisible number? Yeah, if I could do an 84, then that would be a million times better. Wait. Did I just fucking forget that? Oh. Did I forget this? 83, 84. Okay, there we go. Perfect. It's not 82. Unless I didn't forget it, and I did include that. In which case, that would mean there would be 5 spaces in between enemies, and that would be 14. This is going to take some intense math to figure out how this is going to work properly. But I guess the best thing I can really do is just try to build this one out. So the enemies are going down that path. I don't know how far they're going to go, but the idea here is to try to get them to go at around this point. Although if that were to be the case, I could probably open this up. And have them kind of connect here. So the enemies would just go around there and somehow get to that point. I don't know where I want them to go to get to that point, but I want them to go somewhere to get to that point. This has to remain open, and there's probably going to be lava here preventing the player from getting through. There's going to be some enemies here preventing the player from getting through most of this. I mean, yeah, if it's set up in a very particular path to where if the enemies are in this direction, you can't really get through there, that would work just fine. So if I were to put a key like at the end of a very particular path, and you have enemies around here doing their thing, then yeah, that would work. If I have enemies going around here, I could theoretically... That's a good question. I guess technically, since they'll be going at around this point, they would just go around here and do a roundabout until they get their ass over to here. If I were to open this up, well, no, this wouldn't work. And then they would just get stuck if that were the case. What would be the way to do that without these enemies getting stuck? I don't want to open that up, because that's just not going to work. The only other option I can really think of is to move everything around like so. Open up a space for us to put the enemies here so that they can get through and do their thing. No, don't move that either, you fool. Technically, you don't even need that much space to get around here. Technically, you could just leave that. That's a good question. Wait, how did I get that set up before? Exactly? Right, it was set up like that, and you had to go around to grab the crate. Is there an easier way to grab all this? Yeah. Well, I can grab all of it, but not... What the hell? You get the hell out of here, fool. Well, technically, I could have just moved you, but it's fine. That's not going to help anyone's case. Neither is that. Okay. I mean, I guess you could technically, but that feels like it'd be a bit too much. We still want this stuff here. I did not want you to do that. I remember what the hell it looked like. God damn it. It's fine. So this opens up that area, closing this off as well. This needs to be here. I guess technically it could just be like a little... It depends. If I need to be enclosed, I will remove that. Because that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. And in case of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But if the enemies are going to be going through here, then I feel as though this would probably be the best way to go about setting that up. And having this blocked off with this, and this blocked up. And this blocked off with a lava would be the best way to prevent the player from just immediately getting their arses into there. So the enemies will go through here, go around. Oh. Well, fuck, right, of course. I guess we don't take it there, then. Up there, at least. We just need it here. Although I do kind of like the lava. It depends. It depends, really. Lava covers up this area, so you have to go and do that. Enemies go around here, go down here. They're going to try to go through here, clockwise. They're going to go down here. Do another clockwise. We'll probably open more of the space up here. Well, that one does have to be closed off. Oh, for fuck's sakes. I just gotta give these enemies more space, because if it's not clockwise, they're not going to do the thing that they're supposed to do. Wait, could that mean I could leave this up here? I have no clue. I gotta give them more space, though. Just delete these. You get your ass up here. There, clockwise. Well, that can't be open, at the very least. There. Turn to the right. Go all the way down here. Revert back. Go around, and... You suck. That's all I can say is you suck. It's basic, simple, clockwise math, and yet my brain is struggling to, not math, but my brain is struggling to figure out the best way to get these idiots to do a roundabout. You're going here, you're going there, you're going here, going out there. Then I can open you up. So I can pretty much just open all of these up. Why do you have to pain me so? Why you pain Rolf so? Yes, sir! The cat reacted to the Rolf man. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, well, with this revelation in mind, clockwise, clockwise, clockwise. That's just there for fluff. Or something? Why would it be there? I don't know. It's just there for fluff. Did I count that? I don't fucking know. I'll worry about it later. Okay, so that's set clockwise. Oh, I move you now that I have adjusted you. just you two, so that means I gotta move you as well. Ah, Christ. This is the most complex freaking level. And it's only level 8. I'm almost at 9. But it's not that. You're 7, right? No, you're not. You gotta be 1 under. I thought you were 9 almost. And so it shouldn't be... 9 shouldn't be that complex either. Alright, let's see. So enemies are passing here, you're passing them. There's areas to go to here, but I don't know if that's the really the right way you'd want to take it. Enemies going clockwise here. You pass them. And then what? Because I want a way to get down into there, but I'm not sure. Unless I were to block this area off, have lava here, and if you're skilled at dodging... So boom, enemies pass through, you should have enough time to get to there, boom. You should have enough time to get up to here, and go up here. If you're good at dodging the enemies, and if there's 5 spaces in between. Let's see. Enemies up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Enemies there. Yeah, you just need to dodge 1 enemy. Enemy there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you'd have to dodge 2 enemies. And you're in the wrong spot. You need to go here. So the enemy's going ahead, do their thing, get around, you go there, grab key, open that up. And now you're in this area that you will have to go back into at some point once you go around here and do this. It's going to be a pain in the ass to try to figure out how I'm going to make this work. I don't know if this is going to look exactly like that, but we at least need this here. So go in through here, dodge some of the enemies in this area, and now you got to try to grab a key. There'll be enemies coming... Oh, wait, no, there's going to be enemies coming in through to here, so you dodge them. You go up there, go up there. Maybe have this area have some lava or some shish. Because the idea here is that passing this is going to be difficult. Enemy passes here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 free space. Assuming this is going to be 5 free spaces. You go in, enemy goes up there, closes immediately. So that will block off average players from being able to pass that point. Highly skilled players will grab the key, dodge enemies, and go through the area to get to here. Dodging is not going to be easy though, but I'm pretty sure most of you know that. Enemies go through here. Enemy goes through here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could potentially pass through that point. But is it going to be possible? I don't know, really. Let's see. Dodge enemy. Go down here. Enemies will follow their particular pattern. I shall put lava here, so you're forced to go in that direction. So as the enemy passes through here, at that point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Enemy goes up here, goes down, covers. I guess if you're quick enough, you could just skip all of that. So we'll have an option that for skilled players, since the enemy pass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Enemy there. Wait, no, that's still too much. So maybe dodge, of course. If you're really good at the game, dodging is of course the way to go. Very difficult to perform, but very fulfilling if you can. Let's see here. So that has to stay there. Real question is, would you be able to get up there? Enemy here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go up. Go up. Could die. Could go and dodge. And could do all the things that you need to do. I'll leave that open and we'll see what occurs. Go grab the key. Go around. Exit out through here. Go here. And then solve this crate puzzle. It's not really a puzzle at that point. It's more of a, what do you call it? Also, since there is going to be enemies going here already, it seems like it's a safe bet to try to, make it so that's not that big of an issue. So let me see. Starting from here, ending there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 124 spaces. That seems like a good divisible number. 124 divided by 6. Okay, well, that's not going to work. I mean, it could work. It's not as easily divided. Well, 4, but that's not going to be good for anyone's health, really. Not 12, not 11, not 13, not 14. I guess I could still at least make it 6, regardless. 6 spaces in between. Real question is, how exactly do I want to, space out the enemies entering this area? That's the part that's going to be tricky. And that's the part that's going to suck if I have to readjust that so many times over. Well, we don't want this area to be opened up, even though it would be more of a puzzle, but that's too difficult. Push it up, go around, push it up, go around, push, open up. Or most likely would be able to get through there. But again, I don't know how that's going to fully be set up yet. A fast player could get around there, but like I said, I'll figure that out. Alright, let's see. Pass through to here, or go down there, doesn't really matter. Or again, we could just put some lava here, forcing the player to go around there. Then there's this area to gotta go down. Pass through to here. So now you got an entire train of enemies covering up most of the valley. There most likely isn't going to be a single enemy here. I guess that would probably be the best way to go about setting up something like this. Is that once you've opened this up, you've drained this entire valley of enemies. Real question is, do I really want the player to go all the way around here to grab this one singular key? I guess I technically could just open up this path and just put a key right here. Enemies are going this direction, so you can't easily get the key, especially with the lava here. But it would make sense as to why you'd want to drain that. So now the only enemies here are going to be this line, this line, this line, and that line. That line will be freed, though. And this will be going around here. You most likely won't be able to just go back simply. Or you could. I think saying you can't. Well, technically, I don't think you will be able to get through there because the enemy's blocking off most of the paths here. So you got enemies here and here still, so pass through, pass through. You can now go here safely. And going back over to there will get you over to there quicker. Or, if you're brave enough, you can go over to here and try to get your ass close to here, but that just seems vastly inefficient. It does seem slightly inefficient, but I guess if you're a good enough player, like I said, I don't think we need that there. That shouldn't be too much of an issue. So you're basically passing most of the enemies, dodging them, doing your best to do the thing that you need to do to get through. That has to remain open. There's no sense in having that be there opened like that. Okay. I'll say put a crate puzzle here, but I have no clue how the hell I would do that. So I think it's just better to leave this as open as it is. Man, this is the most complex level. We're an hour in. Oof, man. Complex looking, but it's actually really simple. So give me clockwise enemies. I'll start here. So that's movement 1. Or, no, 2, not 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means, whoops, you would be here. Your movement would then be 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up here. 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0 again. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1. No, that's 3. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Goes that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. Well, I guess, because I don't know if I want to keep that rule fully. Because if I were to keep that rule, then that means enemies and poison areas are not going to really work out too well. I'll keep it for this one, because I do like the way it works. Matter of fact, I'll even go on ahead and fill this entire area up with lava. I'll even make it a plus sign, just because. Why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. That means you're going to 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up here. Right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Think. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Also, let me just make sure I didn't accidentally. Okay, you never be too sure with this sometimes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, yeah, it makes a hell of a lot more sense for me. I didn't want to do that. It's not like it matters. Doesn't really matter too much considering the fact that I already got L and E right here with these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I know it. What would be the best way to close off most of this? If I wanted to, like, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Because that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Unless I've missed something, which is a possibility. I did divide it by 6, right? Well, actually, there's a good way to figure this out. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60, 66, 72, 78. So I miscounted somewhere because we're obviously on to 84 here. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So I miscounted. I have 2 spaces left over. Would there be a way to reduce the spaces that we've got here without like messing around with the map too much? Because it gives me like 3 more spaces, I think, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 2 behind each. That means this would be up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's still not enough. I would need to have it set up to where it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the enemy would have to be here. That means I would have to reduce 2 spaces if I wanted this to work. I don't really see a way that I can reduce 2 spaces. Unless 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, I see now. I see now a way I can do this. Have enemies go here. And also, I guess technically that would mean I could have this be opened like so. Showcasing that you are somewhat kind of still in a valley. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, that's only 1. I mean, reducing it by 1 is still just enough. Oh wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, shish. I guess that still looks good though. 1, 2, 3, 6. So everything's getting moved by 2. You're already going left to begin with, so that helps. The complexities of enemies like this, I must say, it's a pain. But that should be good then, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 5, technically 5, 5, technically 5, technically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom, boom. Okay, at least those guys are set up properly now. I imagine there's a way I could do the same thing here, right? There has to be. And if that were to be the case, then where would I want the enemies to go? Because obviously, clearly, if I have them combine their rankings and numbers, first of all, it wouldn't really matter too much because that's clearly less. If this 124 is less than the, now that we've adjusted it, 84, or 80, yeah, 84. I think that's 84, right? 84 divided by 6, 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, yeah. And whatever the hell 124 divided by 6 would be. Let me see. I'm going to do the math here. 23? No. 22? No. 1? No. 0? Okay, so 120, that would be 20 enemies. It would mean I would have to reduce the 4 here, I think. Again, I don't know if I miscounted. That's also another thing. Not having any enemies here just make this level a cakewalk, because all you gotta do is pass these guys and boom. We don't want that. We want it to be at least somewhat reasonable. If enemies were to combine somewhere in some way, shape, or form, because once they get to this point, they would connect back to these guys. Doesn't matter which one, because if it's all moving by 6 per, it's all going to end up being the same anyways. So say if an enemy is here, boom, 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 then that would be good. 1. So I guess that would be a good start. But how the hell would I get 120? That's a good question. There's our 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the $1 million question. Why is my brain not thinking straight with that? Well, there is reducing this thing here. So this probably would help to reduce the numbers of enemies that we've got going here. 5. And that would move these guys up to this. Well, no, that's just combine the enemies. Combining the enemies isn't really going to make it any more difficult. And also, that's the wrong number anyways. And if you were here, boom, 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 boom. Oh, okay, actually that would work better. Because see, if he was here, then that means the enemies would then just lump up together, and you've just got yourself 2 enemy snakes. Not really technically a snake, but you know what I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you are a 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, for fuck's sakes. I really don't want this to be here, but what am I to do? There's a way. There's a way I can make this work without this enemy getting its entire livelihood ripped apart from it. Well, this still has to kind of be up here to prevent the enemy from doing a clockwise thingy. I guess I could just put it up here. That has to be open. No, you still have to be there. If that's the case, I'll just do that with you. I guess what I could do is just have the finish line be up here. That would work. Move that here, and we'll just... Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yes, you do have to be here. This is all assuming that this is the right size, which is probably not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why am I doing it like that? I can just do it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You are going downwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You are going leftwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 6. You're going right. And just make sure you didn't get fucked up. Doing it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You would be 0 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Fuck. Clockwise, though. Why do you have to connect? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe we have to adjust some things. And if we do, then we'll fix it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is not the number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we need to get these enemies to move 2 forward. What's the best way for me to do that without, like, uprooting everything? Let's see. So did this way work? Was this way fine? If I were to do it that way, then you would still stay here, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's moving it 2 back, though. And 2 back's not what we want, because then that means the enemy's going to be going here. Unless... no, because that's not going to work. I don't have an open space where I can really do that with ease now, can I? I mean, technically I could move it down 1 here. It would still give the enemies enough space here. In that case, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then the enemy would be there, going that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, do I need to take away space or add space? I need to take away space, right. Adding space is just going to exacerbate the issue. But what space could I take away here? That's a good question. I mean, adding space and having it enough to where this moves up by 1, like 2 more would work. So you gotta go here. I need to add 2 more spaces ahead then, if I'm doing that. But yeah, I gotta add 2 more spaces ahead. How did I fucking do that again? I'm adding 2 spaces ahead. What did I do to get this one to work? What was the problem with this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 spaces behind. Like that one is exactly. It's the same exact issue. And what I did here was reduce that. So that went up there. And it's used to go down here. Which reduced the space by 1. So I gotta find a way to reduce a space by 1. I can't exactly just do it here. And it has to be here. But where? Do we need this space open? Because because this space doesn't really do too much, I guess. If I were to move everything back here instead, and make you 2, of course, and then do this, of course, then that would reduce the space that we have. And because they're counterclockwise, they're not going to go up here. If I wanted to leave that space open for people to utilize, then yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You would then be 1. 1. Wait a minute. Oh, because you were in the way. Right. But now that this is not there, then that's 1. Right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I could just move you back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that there would get 4, 5, 6, and then wait. Oh, delete you now. There we go! We did it! We figured out the puzzle. The puzzle of making this puzzle. It's not even a puzzle, it's just avoiding enemies. Well, there's only one way to fully test out if we figured out the puzzle, and also to figure out if I built the path correctly. God, this looks so confusing. It does look confusing, doesn't it? It looks very confusing. This is just giving you a taste of how complex some of these levels could get. Everything seems like it's running like clockwork. Okay, so let's see. Pass through. Not that big of an issue. Go up, and it's fine. Enemies give you more than enough space to be able to really move around. So, it looks complex, but it's actually really simple. And you could go that way. It's a bit riskier. You go through here, wait for the enemy. Oh, that's way too close. And I'm dead anyways. Okay, hold on. I can do this. It's a simple enemy puzzle now. Yes, an enemy puzzle. Believe it or not, there are enemy puzzles. And it's really just trying to figure out where the patterns reside and like what's the best way to solve it. I gotta figure out what is the easiest way to solve it. It seems like the easiest way is just going as soon as that occurs. Oh, and keep going. Right, keep going. Now your space of safety is reduced to 4. A little tricky here, isn't it? Alright, now you have a little bit more open space here to work with. And it's not really that hard if you put your head to it. Now you open up the space, and the amount of free space you have is reduced to 4. Not all of it, though. Like this area right here is not reduced to 4. It tricks you out. It trips you up. But it's not that hard. I'm just trying to figure out what would be the best way to make this slightly easier. I can't really open that spot up. Yeah, with somebody who's like not going extremely fast, it would be fine. It would be a bit stressful. I can't really open this spot up, because if I do, you can exit out the area. If I have the enemies combine and be in the middle, then that's going to make it even more difficult. And it's going to be a 1... Wait, is it a 1 free space, or is it 2? No, it's a 2 free space. But would that be more hard? I don't want to give the players even less space, even though it's a temporary spot. What would be the best way to make that part down there easier? Open that up? I mean, opening that up would give you a little bit more space to work with. Still feels like it should be like too little space of opening. Unless, say, we were to open up 1 space right here. How much? 1, 2. That's only a 2 space thing. So that there is very difficult to get by with the small space that you've got. I guess there is another way we could... Oh, I got it. Well, then that will just open up the enemy... No, there's a way. There's a way. If there's a way I can make this work. So you don't have to go that path, at least. We can open it up, and it gives us a reason to go up to here. At the very least. So it's another classic double lock system, but it's not like completely combined into 1 space. So open that up, you can't get through. Because the enemies go clockwise, they'll go that way, and are forced to go the direction you gotta go into. You gotta grab this, go through, and open up the space. You're going through this very complex and scary-looking valley. And I guess technically, if you are advanced enough, you can go in that direction. Depends, really. I mean, yeah, that does make sense. And that has to be there. What if I were to move this over to here instead? Well, actually, no, I could probably just put this over here instead. And just close that off entirely. Yeah, that way you don't have to worry about it, because that does seem a bit too close for comfort. Anyone advanced enough to get through that without the problem of this? Well, that's the thing. Do I want to give them the ability to do that? Advanced players can get through it with ease, but I can close it off and make it even more difficult. And you really have to put in the work if you want to, like, skip most of the level. I don't want to, like, fully block it off, because anybody who's skillful enough to get through it deserves that win. If I want to have a very easy way, or a very difficult way for the players to have to, like, because, like, right here, they could probably just get around and do that, right? But now they got this mess. And boom! Quick and easy level completion. Which I'd say would probably look pretty cool. But is there a way I can make it even more challenging? So, like, there's two different routes. Go up here, stay there in the safety, and you're golden. I guess I could, like... Well, while I could do it mid-creation, I would prefer not to do it like that. What's the best way to make this challenging and not too easy for most players to get through? To get through there... Nope. I meant to press down. Like, there, goes there, close that immediately. You would have to dodge if you want to get through that with ease. There's also the downward path there. Alright, that makes that easy. I wouldn't want to, like, close that off with lava. Because this does kind of have to remain open to allow for the player to get through here. Is there any way I can make this more difficult? Yeah, because going down there makes it easy. Going here makes it easy. Anybody quick enough can get through pretty easily. Oh, I got an idea. I could just make that into a lava crate puzzle. Put it anywhere out here and it gets stuck. Go up here, push down, boom, crate puzzle. Locks that off. And then if you want to go in that direction, you're forced to go up here. But that's still too easy. How would I make it more of a challenge? Now I'm building it for advanced players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, because as soon as the enemy goes past there, it opens that up. We're trying to build it a little bit more open so that players with the know-how and the skills to be able to skip most of it, not dodging included, can get through it that way. Just trying to figure out what other kind of obstacles could I put here to make it more of a challenge. So it's not too easy, but it's not entirely impossible. You just need to have the skills to do it. This one's pretty close as it is. That area is locked off. Now you gotta go up here, go up here. I just didn't press it quick enough. I can definitely see the way, though. I see the way, but it's still not hard enough. Wait, not yet. Now. Now. Yeah. Is there a way I can make that difficult? No, hold on. You could do that, though. Okay, oh, I got an idea. I'm gonna open that up. I'm gonna open that up way more. I'm going to temporarily move the player here so I can keep testing this out so I don't have to go through all that over again. It's a way. There, I can do it. Not quick enough again. I'll wait again. Not yet. Damn. It's this damn freaking lack of, what do you call it here that I have? I'm going to put this in and see if this will help more. The keyboard I use for Minecraft because trying to do the WASD and... Oh, there goes that, I guess. Well, that's annoying. Why did it crash as soon as I put this damn thing in? Ugh, that's stupid. Oh well, I got this right here, ready and raring to go. That was dumb. Put me back in. Alright, what changed? Right. Since I didn't save, I didn't get all of this stuff set up, but that's easy enough to set up. Why did that crash the system, adding this in? That made no sense at all. Everything else here seems like it's right where it's supposed to be. So let's try that again, this time without this stupid freaking software crashing. Excuse me? Are you not on? Doing it like this is a pain. Aha! It's possible, but it's very difficult. So I'm glad that that at least works. You're gonna probably crash again, so... Well, hold on. I'm gonna move the player back now. I know I probably should just use this, but don't crash on me. I don't know why you would crash if I'm adding in a freaking USB. That makes no sense to me, logically. But there you go. It's possible, but it's very difficult. And you have some rings to go around, so you'd be hard-pressed to just do it like this. Nope. Man, I wish I would just get this stupid fucking key fixed. It takes ages to get any computer stuff fixed. I'm not the computer person. I gotta wait for my gold crap to get through. So I gotta deal with a lack of a W key, which is annoying. I didn't mean to go yet. I was not paying attention. Yeah, but I can see how this could be a little bit tricky. A lot of enemies in one place. A lot of movement. Very nerve-wracking. You can skip most of it. But the major skip happens up there. Yeah, that's like barely any space, so you can't really move in that direction. You can get up here, you can get over here, go wait for that guy to do its thing, get the crate puzzle and all that stuff solved, and then go as soon as these guys are moving. And then go here while you have the space to move. Same thing with this, go up, left, or down. Free up that space, a mini crate puzzle for you to go through. Some enemies you have to dodge, but it's fine. Go here to grab that key. And then go down here. Oh, and now you got the simple enemies covering up most of the area there. And boom! Level completed. That level is painful as hell to create, but it's actually really simple to go through. You just gotta know what path you gotta go to, gotta figure out where's the safe path. It's essentially just another puzzle. Only this puzzle... Alright, build setting, that's what I was planning on doing. Only this puzzle is more so filled with a lot of deaths if you don't know the best way to go about going through it. Alright, so there's that setup at least. Now I gotta go through all of this. And we are like almost 2 hours in. Jesus, man. It's fine. It's fine. I'll just continue doing the thing that I need to do. Oof, this one's going to be a little bit tricky if I don't have everything fully set where it's supposed to be. This is definitely one of those levels that do require a little bit more patience if you are to go through and complete it with ease. Yeah, with that closed off, there's no way you can like skip most of that. So, whoops. Well, I guess I just do this. Built in a way to make it impossible to do certain things, but built in a way to make some pro play moves. Whoops. For you to be able to, whoops, that's not right. To complete this without, because like, yeah, you go through there, grab the key, go through there, grab the key, go through all of that, and boom. Quick and easy. I'm sure there are multiple quick and easy ways to complete these levels. I don't know what other way I can build this to make this, like, work the way I want it to work, but that's fine. We can leave this open like so. All of this is closed off. I don't know how far that one's going out. I can't easily judge the amount of space that I've got going there. As much as I'd like to say I could. Area, I believe, is a 4. I do like this setup, though. As convoluted and tricky as this is, I do like this setup. We worked hard to build this 8th level, and I still have 2 more levels technically left to go. Which I will try to at least get those done with, so the video will be slightly longer, I think. I think that's good? No, you're 3. You're 3. I don't know why I'm trying to do it like that. It's better if I do it like this. Wow, what a freaking maze. It definitely does look like a maze. If you were to leave everything out with this here and just looking at where everything else is here, it just looks like a really simple maze where you go through and then boom. But it's not a simple maze. And that's what makes Paint Maze a pretty cool game. What looks like could be a simple maze is actually a little bit more challenge to it. Not too much, though. On the surface, it looks difficult. But when you go into it and you see the main path and you figure out what path you're supposed to go, it's not that hard. Actually, if I were to have to say, this would probably be one of the more easier, complex-looking levels. And that is really saying something. Make one path slightly less difficult. You're like, how the hell would I get that key over there? And if you can't go that path, then good. But then there's that path, which is a little bit more difficult. So yes, I do say you've got yourself one tricky bit of a level. It's not impossible to perform those particular tasks, but it is a slight bit of a challenge. And that, I must say, makes this level pretty cool in my books. Any more lava bits that I'm missing? Not that I can see. A challenge, to say the least, but a fun one. And one where level design is not that tricky on the surface. I mean, you've seen it, right? You've seen me go through it the normal and in quote-unquote intended way. I would say with something like this, the intended way is not always the right way, but it could be the easier way for those that don't know the best way to go about doing it. I mean, if you keep trying to go through that way, then you will have a hard time. But if you go down the intended way, then you're not going to have a hard time. If you feel as though you're confident enough in your abilities to go down the unintended way, then be my guest. That's the point of Paint Maze. To take certain paths that seems like it's, a bit of an impossible challenge, but to, prove that it's not impossible kind of deal. Some of them are, and they're built in that one particular way for reasons. Okay, I gotta just make sure that I got everything here right. Focus on one path at a time. This is going to be the pain in the ass part. It's just making sure that all of this is where it needs to be. I already did this, but I'm doing this again just because. Okay, now as for you guys. Yeah, good, great, good. Right there, yep. Right here, right there next to that, that here, that there, that on that edge, that on that lava block, in between those things, up here, in between again, here, on the edge of that, right here, next to that, okay. Everything seems like it's in order. It's hard to say with this particular level. I could be missing something very important. Not to say that it's not that big of an issue, but it is kind of. Okay, I'm going ahead and that is not what I want. I want the crop tool. Okay, good. What an insane looking level. Grab that, make that 8. Save as. Yep, and now we're just going to open this back up again. Zoom it in. And just leave it here. Okay, good, great. I'm glad that that's set up. But first, before I continue going anywhere else, and remember the player is right there. It's very simple. It's very simple. 1-8. Then we'll just go over to our materials, copy. I like how it gets its ass in gear once, you go and do the thing. There we go. About as complex as you can get with the amount of tools and whatnot you've got there. Alright, good, great. So now that that's taken care of, let's exit out of this mode real quick. Go over to the high cliffs. And let's move all the way over to here. Alright, thankfully this one's a straight shot. Go to our zone navigation, or level hubs. Get a straight path in here. Above this, of course, you can turn it on. No, scroll up, scroll up. I'll just plop this down right into here. Now we can just get rid of the base and the perimeter and put in that level hub. I think you could see that from there, right? So you would see this and be like, whoa, that's a tricky looking level. And it'll trick the player into thinking, okay, that seems like an optional path, I'm going to go down instead. But it's actually down in this direction. Oh, and I gotta remember what this one was. Level stop was where again? It was 8. Well, of course it's 8. Why? What else would it be? Alright, now let me go to my textures real quick. Put that right here. Little face got that texture. That zone, or level 8 texture right there. With you right there. And you see that? You don't even know where you start. Well, I think you could take a wild guess as to where you will start. I'm pretty sure if you look at that and think really hard, depending on where the hell the camera shows you this entire thing here, I'm sure you'll be able to figure out where that is without any issues whatsoever. Woo, level 8. But now here comes the part right here, where I'm basically going to try to use something like this. That's like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say that's a tiny hint on how to solve this one. There's a very particular way to solve this, and you gotta do it twice. So I'm going to try to get these last 2 sets of levels set up and finished as best as I can. It's going to be a little tricky. Alright, let me go ahead and grab this. Zone 1, level 9. Good. Put this over to zone here. Now let's go ahead and do that. Zoom this in. Do this. And you are 8 and 1. And before I fully start to go in here, I need to create an unlock system. And I need to move in, what was it again? It would be in the MISC folder, right? And this is where we get more Mapology unlocks. I think it should be 2, right? Yeah. Technically, it should be 2. Because if, what was it, level 6? If level 6 is 1, no, that's 2. Wait, what? No, that is supposed to be 2. Then, oh, no. What? Hold on. Mapology unlock is 1. Oh, 0 is just the default, right. Okay, no, so it's 3. It's not 2, it's 3. That would not unlock anything. This is supposed to showcase secret unlock and then the finish unlock. Another information from the finish one. Okay, so take me to here. They're going to probably put like this down here, most likely. I don't know exactly where. Secret finish. I don't remember what the secret finish is, so what I'm going to do is go to the script. Now I've got to wait for this thing to open up, because I didn't think I was going to need this, but with what we've got to do, it does seem like it's rather important. So now we just wait for this to do its stupid little thing. What was this secret finish supposed to be again? It was supposed to be for something. Oh, right! Secret finish is supposed to not increase this and this. That, okay, I remember now. Good, great. Now you get the hell out of here. You are a secret finish. I'll even... Wait, hold on. Oh, you. Well, it doesn't matter. I'll put the finish both in the same area. So there is our regular finish, and here is our, stop that, secret finish. So the secret finish needs the path to be 4. It needs to be 4, and I think it needs to be 0? Right? Yes? Well, here's a good question. You're 0, right? Yeah. So if you're 0, then that means you have to be 0. 4, 0, 1 is the main path, side path 1, side path 2, side path 3, 0, secret finish, true, which will be this instead. So it won't increase this, it won't increase this, It will only increase this. This will not count as a level finish. You have to go through it this way. And I guess the first thing I need to do before I do anything else here is set this up in a very particular manner. So what was it again? 1, 2, okay. This is going to require the enemies to get set up to do the things that they need to do. Go to enemies, and let's go to normal clockwise enemies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the idea here is to try to get the enemies set up in a way to where it's 5 again. You go here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least that's the general idea. So it could be set up like this. What would this look like? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because this has to be set up like that no matter what. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How would I get this? There was a certain way that I had in mind, but I can't remember. Well, regardless, you have to be set up like that anyways. 2. Just making sure that I didn't do the stupid. Enemies are going in that direction. You got a simple 1, 2, 3. Or it could be like this, with a path opened here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I could probably open this up, because why not? Even though it doesn't really do anything for you, the player. It's just there to make the area look more open, essentially. But that's the question. Do I do like another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1, 2, 3. Well, no. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way I can make this completely accurate, but I don't think there is a way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, no, there is a way. Okay, good. Great. This gives this a little bit more of an open space to work with. I'll put you here. I'll put lava here. I'll put the enemy here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, no. No, because you're over here. Now you gotta be over here. 3. So, right, down, left. Why do I feel like this got moved? Or duplicated and not moved fully? It's fine. So you got this area that's blocked off by lava. And you got these enemies moving around like this. I guess I can even make this even larger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like the other one, because it was basically just what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. We can't have it here, because then the player can go through here, and that's an easy finish line. This is meant to be hard to get to. That's basically the idea with this one particular thing. This secret little path. And we just have that here just to showcase that there's a little wall there. So there, we got the secret thing here. You saw how I did that with the 5 button presses. It's very difficult. There are two ways you can go about doing this one particular secret. You can do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, and dodge, and then 1, 2, 3. Depends on how much space you can get. But you can dodge the enemy once, and you should be able to get there easily. Which might be the easiest way to do this, if you know that the dodge mechanic exists, at least. Okay, I'm going to just open this area up a little bit, just because I don't exactly remember what the idea was with this one. But I think it's just going to be like some enemies in a clockwise pattern around most of the area. Oops. So we'll probably have some enemies here and here. Clockwise. What I want? I don't know. Lava there would prevent the player from going down there. And will force them to go here. But why would I force them to go there? Well, I guess that's a good question. Why would I force them to go down there? What reason would I have to force the player to go down there? Hard to say, really. I guess it doesn't really fully matter. I could probably open up some space here. Now be one... Well, that is a good question, though. More clockwise enemies, but you've got 6 spaces here. And then there's lava there preventing you from going through. You could probably put a thing here. No, don't move it like that, you fool. And as soon as they go there, and that area's opened up. Unless we were to have a crate thing here. Yeah, like a little miniature crate puzzle. I like how we're doing it in the middle instead of the beginning. I mean, it's fine. So long as the level get made, it's fine how it works. I mean, there's not much I can really do with the crate puzzle here unless I can get all the other mechanics in. No, you fool. I mean, at that juncture, it wouldn't matter what direction you push it in, so long as you push it in some direction. Just push it in whatever direction you want. Use that to kill an enemy. And hell, you could even trap an enemy. Push crate up here, push it up further, back out, or back left, doesn't really matter where. An enemy will be stuck on his path now. Oh, I guess that's what this could be then. It shows you that you don't have to kill enemies with the crates, but you can use the crates to redirect their path. I'd say that's a good way to get that rolling. So go through here, walk through that. As soon as that guy goes there, that guy just goes there, and you have literally a half a second to try to duck it over to there, but that's impossible. I'll put this over here. I'll put the player over here. Why not? all four corners. It's like Battlefield, except it's not. Alright, let's see. How would I want to have this set up? So we're entering into the level. If we're going to be entering into it like from the bottom, then we'll do it like this. So there's going to be maybe like a little miniature crate puzzle here. And when you get the crate out, there's no other way to get it out unless you go a certain way. Oh, miniature crate puzzle. I guess it's mostly just going to be there to show you that this is something you can do to easily get through the enemies. I could probably have this here to showcase like a little mountain spikes or some shish. This is right. So maybe we'll have 3 here. This one I'm not entirely too sure. Don't move it. Because I'm not counting this. You know, I should. I mean, I guess a 4 space is fine. Okay. Have lava cover up most of this area. And then you gotta choose a path on where the enemies here should get blocked off. Crate goes there, follow the enemies upwards to push the crate downwards, and find a good spot to put it. I guess technically you could just put it here, or here. But if we were to put it here, man, it depends really. I mean, I guess technically it doesn't really matter if that's blocked off. Push that there, enemy goes down there. Oh, enemy blocks off path again. Unless you got that guy, but that's 1, 2. It's in a spam of pressing 1, 2, 3, 4. With only 4 block space. That one, I'm not sure if it would even matter. I mean, I think there is a way I can make this, enclosed. And that's by basically no. Wait, no? Yes? No. But no, wait. It would be down here. But this move down here. Enemy here. Ah, perfect. But now you have to be... Oh, you're already 3. But you have to be 3 now. I guess technically it doesn't really matter because it'll just immediately go into a 2 if that's the case. Find a spot to block the enemy off. I mean, I guess technically speaking, well, I can move this here, put the crate here, move this down here. Move lava up here. Maybe we don't need lava. There, at least. Are we fully, completely flat? So yeah, push a crate anywhere, don't matter where. You can push it there, good call, enemies will get stuck in this pattern. You can push it here, good call, enemies will still get stuck in the same pattern. You can push it down, go out, push it here, but the enemies will go up there. That's a bad call. Now the enemies are going to go up here, and they're going to make the next part even harder. Which is basically just going to be even more enemies going here. I'm actually quite curious to see how the hell this would work. That would be very funny, actually. You basically just make this part more difficult on yourself. Because now you have more enemies here. As opposed to... Oh, wait. You do have to be covered up, though. Oh, wait, you... Okay, that would explain why that's not covered up. But 1, 2, 3, 4. That's only 7. So, yeah, if you put the crate here, enemies go here. Well, I guess if we wanted to, because if you were to put the crate there, then you're basically blocked off. But put the crate here, enemies get stuck. Uh-oh. Oh no, now they're in this area. You push the crate up. Okay, well, I got the crate there. Now the crate dies, and now this is now 10 times more difficult and probably impossible. I am actually quite curious to see. Make the wrong puzzle move. I guess we could even make it even more threatening by doing that. Push it down. Well, I mean, 1, 2, that's still a lot, though, for something as simple as that. We could probably, put it out here like so, though. Free it up, go here, go there. Put some lava around the area so that you can't just put the crate there and have the enemies do this. They would still cover up most of the area, but I think it would probably be slightly easier. That will destroy the crate. Although killing an enemy is another viable option. But this is supposed to show you that you're supposed to do the thing in a very particular manner. But it can't be too hard, because you do have to get out there and do things. You push it here, you can't move it anywhere else. Push it here, can't move it anywhere else. Push it here, can't move it anywhere else, and that's the wrong call. Push it here. Well, clockwise. That would be the right call. Huh. I can't just put a lava here now, could I? Or I could just put the lava here. Push crate down, go around, push it. No, that'll do you. Well, I guess technically speaking, it's just a case of push down, push this way, push up. Because putting it here is just going to make it more difficult. Push up. Also, how long have we been at this so far? 2 hours. Not bad, I'd say. Not bad at all. 2 hours. And we still got 2 levels left. Push crate up here. Push it here. Block the enemies off. Can't push it there, though. So, here's a place you can push it. Here's a place you can push it. Here's a place you can push it. I guess if you push it here, you could go that way. So why don't I do this and block off even more of the area? Yeah, you could just probably push it there. And now they would still be able to get around the area. Yeah, killing enemies is another viable option, but this is supposed to be intended as a means to not be able to move the crate anymore. But if this is here, then you're still able to move the crate. Thing is, that's such a small space for you to move in. I could technically just get rid of one of these. And put some lava here. So now if you put it there, the enemies will go here and screw you up in the long run. Push it down. Think that's an easy option. Killing an enemy doesn't work. Oh, but also you kind of block yourself off, which is not really a good call. That's not it. We do want to leave that open. What would be the easiest way to make this not possible? Push it there. I mean, yeah, the enemies would just make it more difficult. You could push it back again and push it even further. But that will just destroy the crate, and it would still be difficult to get past. Push it there, enemies go up now, and are a problem. Push it down, go around, push it here, go around, push it up, block off the enemies, and you get stuck here. So, yeah. In this one, it's not a case of solve it in your own unique way. It's solve it in this way, block the enemies off, and you can get through. We'll probably have another instance here, most likely. Maybe. I could figure out the best way to go about doing that. Which I'm not entirely too sure, but I could figure out a way. So, mayhaps a clockwise setup of enemies here. Well, your objective is to get your ass up here. I could probably leave this spot open. You want to get through there, and the only way to get through to here is to block up the enemies. We don't have to use this entire space. So long as we have a puzzle here that you, the player, has to solve. So in case you do somehow find a way to complete that area without having to redirect the enemies to a different position. Okay, well this is not going to help anyone's case. That means you have to be like this. You have to be here. And you have to be opened. So you are trying to get a crate out. And get enemies to go into this spot up here. Where exactly is it going to be? I don't know just yet. Let's just first off figure out how big this space should be. I'd say another 5 again. It's long enough to where you're not going to be able to simply just get through. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to be a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to be a 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, that didn't make any sense because this was going that way. But this will. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 5, 6. Oh my god, is that actually perfect? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's perfect. It works perfectly. Clockwise. These are clockwise, right? Okay. Clockwise. And they do their thing. Going around. Lava here to prevent you, the player, from getting through. No matter what. And I guess also lava here just because. So you know you gotta go that way. You know you don't have to go that way either, so why even bother? blocking off the enemies there wouldn't really be beneficial. So you'd push that, go down. You have to go through some jigamarig to get your ass where it needs to be. Push it down, go left. This doesn't matter. Just making it purposely longer for shits and giggles. Oh wait, no. You want to push it over in that direction. That would be the preferable path. Yeah, but if you're there, then that means you're there. And that means the player has to go down here while you're there. So that's still a bit too much. I mean, unless you push it down there and then you go around and push it there. So if you don't do the stupid. No, you still got to push it there. What am I saying? That has to be opened. Unless I were to have it set up to where everything goes down there. Push the crate here. Push it there if you don't want to have to go all the way around there. Well, then that has to be opened up. Push crate there. I think you just do that. Go around and do that. Push it there and then go up here. Because it doesn't exactly matter. Because really, it's just a simple crate puzzle you're supposed to like get completed here. Put the crate here. Figure out how to get the crate out. I mean, it's gotta be a simple path. There's really nothing more you can do in that department, right? Well, I guess it doesn't matter what direction you go in so long as you can get it out. And as soon as you do that, the enemies will be stuck in this particular path. And then... boom. Now the enemies will go into there. As soon as all the enemies like pass on through, you pass on through. And then you can get over there. So it's still long enough to where if you mess this up, it's going to be painful to try to get back. So most average players aren't going to stick around to try to do that. They're not. Is this thing lowered again? Are you freaking kidding me? Why do chairs do that? Why? Whatever, it's fine. Also, let me check my space here real quick. We should still be fine, right? Yeah, there's nothing to worry about right now. In terms of space, if we're trying to go for like an extra long recording session, then it's fine. Well, if we got lava here preventing players from doing certain things. But what reason would there be outside of just pain? Oh, not pain, tediousness. Yeah, you can't go there, then you go that way. But blocking that off with the 7 that you got there, you gotta go around and do that. Gotta go around, do that. We're not gonna have any keys or locks here. Why not? Oh, then what's even the point of that when I could just put a wall here? A regular old X. And the rest is pretty simplistic. Got a small space to like go through. 6 here. And I think that's all that we need here. Okay, so let's just... actually curious to see what's going to happen when I do this. Alright, so here comes all the enemies. They're all going in. Oh boy, you made the wrong choice, son. Now it's impossible. Or is it? Yes, it is. He just runs right into the enemy. So you don't want to do that. What you want to do is this. Kill an enemy if you want. I didn't do that. So now the enemies have been redirected. And now this is a lot easier. That one's a little bit tricky, which makes me wonder if I should give us more space for that one. Yeah, that is pretty close. I'll figure out a good way to do that. So yeah, you can't go that way because of those enemies there, so now you gotta redirect some of the enemies in their pathway. Not that difficult. Wonder if killing the enemy would give us enough time to get past there. Yeah, that's pretty close. I am curious. That means I would have to wait for a while. Well, I could have just looked at it. I could have just looked at it and made the judgment call. Yeah, nope, not enough time. Oh, that's fine. I just gotta redirect them. And it's waiting too! Now you gotta just sit here and wait. And now the enemies are slowly filling up that space, combining one after another. Yeah, that one's pretty close. Oh, I couldn't press right in time. Ah, I was so close. Alright, while I'm here, is there any way I can make this part slightly easier, maybe? Like, what if I were to reverse the directions of which these go in? Does that make it any better? No, because you're basically just doing the same thing, but now it's in this direction. Unless I were to put it here, the exit. Because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do it the normal way, then I'm going to move the player up here and see if I can do it that way. Which theoretically, it should be possible if we were able to do it with that one set of enemies. One less enemy to have to wait for. Go down here, go up here, go up here. Also wait for this guy so I can get my shish in order. There's a way you can, like, quickly splice the keys together. Destroy. Destroy. And I gotta wait, but it should be enough waiting space for these guys here. I still feel like this needs to be made slightly easier. I could definitely see a way where I can make it slightly easier by moving this down one. Oh, that is too much space to move through. Yeah, that's too difficult for normal players. You would have to learn the dodging technique. And I did it twice! Yeah, no, I'm not subjecting players to mandatory dodging. That's just too much. Mandatory dodging is too much. Oh, I can actually open that up now. Just for the sake of keeping it looking cool. And now this guy stays stuck down here. And level completed. Alright, let's do some adjustments. I think this looks good here. I could probably open this up a tiny bit just for shits and giggles, but it's literally inconsequential. Okay, is there another way I can go about doing this? You can't just go around, because that's not enough space, apparently. I mean, I guess I could have really figured that out without too many issues. I don't know exactly. I mean, maybe a plus pattern would look pretty cool. No, you fool. So that one's made it easier. Just go here, go down. But this is still the part that's going to be a pain for normal people to get through. So they're probably not going to do it that way. So go here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As opposed to, you know, the other way. Which is just way too much. Because that's 7 spaces, right? And that's also 7 spaces. Wait, that's also 7 spaces, but that's also a little bit tricky. For normal players, I don't know how that's going to work. I mean, there's an easy way I can really just fully test this out, and that's just put the player here and see how they do here. Okay, it's not that bad. That's actually not that bad. And you got areas like this. Yeah, anybody like playing it normally shouldn't have too big of an issue. Okay. I think most of this is fine. That seems fine at least. That's fine. I adjusted that so it's slightly easier. And that so it's possible without the dodge mechanic. Now there's this one. I was so close. See, because I'm working with a broken W key, and I'm not pressing the key down quick. Okay, hold on. Let me do a quick save here real quick. Hope this doesn't crash the system again. Don't crash. It's not running this time, so you shouldn't have a need to crash the entire thing, right? Yes? Unless I accidentally pressed that, which probably is the case here. Oh, that would probably explain why I probably pressed X key. But wait, that wouldn't make any sense, because why wouldn't it... Okay, it must have crashed. Alright, let's see. Put this out of the way. I didn't press the button. What are you doing with the... Nope. This is hard. I need, like, more space. I need a... if I'm going to be using this keyboard, I'm going to move this up 1. Moving the camera as well as the computer so I can have an easier time doing this until I can get this stupid W key fixed. Minecraft style, folks. Let me just get accustomed to this particular setup here. I know it's possible, it's just very difficult. I did it before, and I can do it again. Damn it! Stop being sweaty, hand. This is so hard to get right. Nope. Nope, again. Imagine having to do this every time you fail. God damn it! This keyboard is... I'm not used to this keyboard. I'm so used to my current keyboard, but with the W key broken, I can't just do quick W key movements. That didn't work. And I got clipped. God damn it. Yeah, this keyboard is just terrible at quick pressing. God damn it, it happened again. My keyboard's not quick enough. These guys are way too fast. Nope. Yes, it worked. And I gotta do it again. Ah! See, this is probably the easiest option if I can get the thing right. I was too early or late. I don't know. I think I was too late. It's the easiest way to just dodge, but it's just a pain in the ass if you screw up constantly. But you've seen it work with this here. It's just a pain to get the button presses right. You're meant to be fast here. And it's not easy being fast. If you're not using a keyboard you're used to, like that, then it's hard. It's like, what, 5 button presses in less than 5 seconds? Yes! I did it the legitimate way! The way that doesn't require you dodging. Whew, that was painful, but that's how you're supposed to do it. But if you can learn the dodge technique, then you're golden. I don't think the 10th level is going to require that much fine button pressing, so I'm putting this away. Woo, man. You've seen the laser level that I set up. You've seen the fine amount of reaction time that you have to get set in order to do that level. You've seen it. I've showed you it. I could show you it again if you like. You know, the thing, that's the prefabs. Where's my scenes at? It's above it. No, it's below the prefabs. You've seen it in my level tests with the laser level. You've seen how fucking finite you had to be here. You see all these lasers? Lasers are different too, because they go faster. That one's a pain in the ass, though. That is the most pain. It's like, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And also the movement here is different, so I think the controls are even more finite than, you know, this part right over here. But essentially, if you've seen the map, you know that this leads you to a shortcut and skipping zones 2, 3, 4A, and 5A. Leading you straight into 6A, with 6 that are going to be very difficult levels to pass. But any normal person, I will do this again, but we're not going to go through the level in the other sense. Any normal person will go through the level and do it like this. Kill an enemy, so it's one less thing to have to worry about. Anyone who is just starting the game and don't have their fast movement legs yet, the block legs, I guess, will go through it the normal way. The way that it is essentially intended to go. I'm trying to figure out how many blocks that is, but yeah, and in fact that you have to wait for like that amount of time does make it a little bit more of a tedious thing to have to constantly go through that every time. But this is how normal people would play this level here. Oh yeah, I was going to delete that there. Go through here, destroy, stay here, doesn't really matter where you put it, and then boom. And I'm going to just get rid of this because I do like that space being open. But if you want to try to do the shortcut, you got to go through that, and if you fail that, that's not what I wanted to open. I wanted to open this. If you fail that, it's going to suck big time rush. And trust me on this one, you don't want to have to go through this so many times if you're trying to speedrun it. I don't think you can beat this game in less than an hour because the amount of times we went through the game to try to go through all the levels. For 6 levels, it took 10 minutes. And granted, I'm not really going at a speedrunner's rate. Obviously, because I'm handicapped with a lack of a W key, but a little nub that I gotta press. Regardless, it's still a lot. It is still a lot, but it's fine. If it's a little bit longer, then that's fine. The speedrun will be a tad bit longer, take a while to get through. But I'd like to think... Whoops. Why does this feel off? It's not off, but it felt off. I don't know, you go here. Alright. A good way to teach you all the mechanics that you need to learn when it comes to the Kraton enemies. I mean, this is essentially the tutorial zone. It would make sense that you get some mechanics that you are being taught how to utilize, but not like fully up in your face taught. You gotta actually put thought into it. Gotta use your brain. That's how you get past this level. Okay, I'll just put in all the... Well, this one is not the simple stuff, but it's fine. I don't even know if that part would be possible if you were to add all those enemies in. It might not be possible. You're essentially just trying to make it easier on yourself to complete. You got 3 ways that allows you to do that. You got a simple enemy pass, but that's mostly there just for the secret path that you can take. And it is not easy to get up there normally. You really gotta be fast with the button press. You gotta know the keyboard off the back of your hand. And be confident that you can press the keys in the correct order in a span of less than a second. Right? Because if this enemy is here, as soon as that moves, that means the enemy is up here. It's not even less than a second, actually. Boom. It's less than a half a second. Because this enemy is here, then that enemy is up here. A quarter second to move here, another quarter of a second to move here. Same thing in this department. This enemy is here, that enemy is there. Quarter second, quarter second. So you got a half a second to press 5 key combinations at once. You can do a quick 1, 2, 1, and then another 1, 2. Then you got to do a quick 1, 2, then 1, 2, 1. Because you can immediately go straight to it, but it is so difficult to do so. It's an advanced technique, and one that requires as much practice as possible. Because there is a very specific limit, because you could do like, if you could get your fingers to go quick enough, let's just say that with the amount of quick reaction time that this game requires from you, the player, your fingers are going to be that of the gods. You will be able to please your girlfriend/boyfriend in ways they can't even imagine. Because you played Paint Maze, a game that requires a lot of skill, and it might look very easy right now, because, again, this is the first zone. Of course it's going to be easy. It's going to be a little bit tricky, that's not the right button, but it's not going to be downright difficult and impossible. But it's still a game that's going to require a lot of skill and a lot of reaction time and puzzle solving. If I can figure out how to make good puzzles, then we'll be golden, right? Yeah. Alright, so there's that. That's great. Now I'll just get one more of these set up. I guess that technically I could just delete this then. I don't need this here. So I could just go on ahead, go do this, open up the level template, and... nope, too much. But it's the perfect setup for something like this. Oh, wait, hold on. It wouldn't be here. It would be here, right? Let me open this. So in Explorer. What was the metadata? Okay, let me just go into my recycling bin, restore that real quick. And I'll just delete it from Unity. Right? Is it here? Is that not restored? Wait, where was I again? I'm in the wrong fucking area. No wonder why I couldn't find the damn thing. Well, hold on. I'm gonna just go on ahead, set this up real quick, just because. Point apply. I'm gonna go back, and I'm gonna delete this like so. Delete. Yeah. And that should be good. I can clear this now, right? That should work. I hope. I'm gonna even open this in the Explorers menu and just make sure. Yeah, it seems good. And now I could just delete the recycling bin and all the other stuff. Yeah. Well, close it, not delete it. Obviously. Don't delete your recycling bins, folks. Who knows what will happen. And I'm sure it's not another, file something. I forgot what the file's name was. System 32, that's what it was. It's not like a System 32 moment, but the effects could be unpredictable and earth-shattering. I just put my ass back up here. Go to high clips. Now we go over here. And there we go. Alright, good, great. I just gotta go on ahead. You are a tri-state area. Or T-junction. Same rule applies, but you're a 90-degree angle one. Ah, shit, where are you? Okay. One more. I can now get rid of the perimeter and the base. As long as that's where that needs to go, we're golden. Plop down that level hub. There we go. This is a 1, and I believe that's a 9. And I believe this is still a 9. Oh, wait, right, of course. So 1, level 9. Yeah. Let me go on ahead and put this into the build settings, of course. There we go. Now I'm going to go over to my texture materials. Put that in here. And this next one's pretty simple. I know where you go, and you go here. Boom. And I believe that's it. I'm sure, at least. I'm pretty sure. Now the last one. Level 10. So this one is meant to test you on what you've learned so far. I'm not fully sure what I want this to be. And we've been at this for almost 3 hours. So let me copy you. Zone 1, level 10. Put you into here. Well, that's not helping anyone's case. There we go. Do that. Zoom in. And this one's just simply 1 and 9. Okay, I feel like I want the player to start in the middle here. Do not do that. Whatever you do. So this is going to test you on how you've done things so far. Shows if you've known, or if you've learned, or if you've really paid attention to most of this stuff here. Which makes a sense, if you know what I mean. Okay. Nah, I won't do it that way. I had something in mind, but I don't want to do it that way. I go to my gameplay object real quick. I'll put the enemies in. So we'll have the vertical enemies here. Back out. We'll have a key here. A lock here. A crate, I guess, up here. And a lava down here. I could probably open this space up a little bit, put the crate here. And now we're going to put in a horizontal enemy right here. Well, open this up a bit. You want to push the crate out. Put it down. Ooh, that's actually a pretty good idea. So we'll have a counterclockwise enemies here, right there. And you gotta pay attention. Pay close attention. Because this guy's gonna go up. Right here. Clockwise, up. Like so. Doing its thing. It's gonna look like it's a regular old horizontal enemy. This will test to see if you're paying attention. You move this down to kill one of the enemies, boom. Once the enemy goes through its thing, it goes and stays here. So it's not going to be an issue. Kill that enemy if you want. It would be easier to do so you don't have to worry about that guy here. Push it, move down, and boom. After you've grabbed this, of course. Now, of course, we're going to have something over here. Basically just a repeat of what occurred in level 5, but on a slightly smaller scale. Maybe an even larger scale if we want to have like multiple here. Maybe like a few. Keep it somewhat enclosed. Crate here. Same thing as before. This enemy will be here, so that you see it doing its thing and it's replicating that. You're like, wait, is that guy doing the same thing? So now some enemies are trying to use their brain to trick you out. So if you push this up here, enemy will go here. It's basically doing a repeat and making sure that you've paid attention to the scenario. You go on ahead, do the thing that you need to do here. Push this out, wait for the enemy to go by. Push it out even further. Kill the enemy if you want to. You can push it up here. Let's see. Putting it there just determines that that has to go there. And it goes around and around. Push that there. You had to open up a spot here. Essentially. And you got this area over here. Going to be the same thing. Maybe not as long. Maybe like covers up most of this area. And maybe 2? Yeah, we could put 2 in here. We could put 2 of these in here. So there's 2 different types of crate puzzles you gotta solve. Ooh, what if? Lock that off. Put that here. Grab the key. Doesn't matter where you grab it, just as long as you grab it from somewhere. You could put the key like right here or something. Or up here. Depends, I guess. Yeah, right here's good. Put that there, go here, open that up. Now you got 2 crate puzzles. We'll probably have like 3 of these right here. Have that set so that that can't just be easily figured out, you know? We'll have vertical enemy here. Kill the enemy if you want. Guess it doesn't really matter what direction you push that in, so long as it goes in some direction. You push that out there. Push all of that stuff in. And then you get another lava up here that you gotta push up here. Maybe? There could be another thing in mind. Another teaching moment here, I guess. That will basically force the player to have to do a certain thing. To be able to get out, essentially. Getting enemies to move up there. Having a lava bit here. Well, then you could just avoid that. Well, no, it would make it so that this is more possible then. Right, of course. Because they're supposed to go counterclockwise. But all the enemies are here, blocking off the spot, making it impossible to move around it. So I need counterclockwise now. So you need to be 1. I think so. Unless there's another way I could do this one. Oh, I can see how I can do this. Counterclockwise. 0. So those guys move, do their thing. Fills that up. I can just test it and see if that actually works the way I think it works. Yeah, essentially making that impossible for you to go through. Push that there, the enemies start going around in circles, but now it's made even more impossible. It's making you question what the hell you're supposed to do here. Well, There's a very easy answer to that question. You use another crate, but you push it out here. Which is not really that difficult, all things considered. I'm sure there's a way I can make this a tad bit more challenging. What would I do to make this more of a challenge? Because I know as soon as you put that there, the enemies are going to go around and it'll still be difficult. So you move this up and push this where it needs to be. Ah, I got an idea. Instead of just using a regular old wall. Although a regular old wall would work with the way this looks, so maybe. I would say maybe try to get an enemy in here, but it would make that still a bit too difficult for first-time players to pass through. Push up against the wall. I could definitely put a horizontal enemy in here. So you surpass the enemy, open that up, go with the grain, and then you continue going down the path like so. Then you will have clockwise enemies going around the paths like so, and counterclockwise enemies going around this path like so. Doing a little cheeky maneuver there. What else? What else? I think I have an idea in mind. So as soon as the enemies open up, you got like a half second to move here and move here. And now we can have some counterclock, unless we want to, hold on. That could work. You're going that direction. But you are going this direction. So it shows them working in tangent with each other. It's just tricky, I guess. Move as soon as they move down here, don't move here. And go down here. Now you're getting to this point soon, which I think will have set up blocked off by a lock. Do I want another one of these? Mayhaps. And we'll have another lock here. But this one is simply going through a long path. With a bunch of clockwise enemies. How many is the question? I don't know. We'll see. I feel like 4 is a good number for this, but we'll figure it out once we are done with this. 4 does seem like a good number, so I could probably set it up like this then. And probably move some things around, like, say, here, for instance. And with this setup, make you move here, even though it technically doesn't matter. And with you being 4 and you going in that direction, that's not what I wanted to press. And also I want to see what this is. 2. Good. So 4, you follow the path. There's a key right here in the middle, but getting to that won't be easy. Because as soon as this guy goes up here, it's another one of those situations in level 9. You could go that way and get the key with ease, but that's like doing that 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Or dodge. Like I said, dodging's another option. Put it there. If you could try to go around like that, then you could get there easily. If you're here, then it's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's slightly easier. It just makes it so you'd only have to go through it once. So I feel like putting it up here kind of would work. So for those who aren't fully adept, they have to go around twice. But for those who are somewhat adept and are really good at like learning how to press buttons fast, then they'll be good. Theoretically speaking, who really knows? Okay, so we're going to have a key up here, and then a bunch of enemies here. Vertical enemies, for instance. If you want to make this part slightly easier for you, the player. Well, I guess 1 enemy is good enough. I'll put it like here or something. Because with 1 enemy, it's like you can get the key pretty quickly. 1, 2. No, but with 2, it makes it so that they cover this spot up, and that spot's pretty much just done for. Of course, doing that, you could put it here, go around. Well, that wouldn't really work out to now. Well, now would it? Well, yeah, no, you push it up, push it here. Go around if you... Well, no, that's too much. So you probably put it here, kill. Push down, push around, kill again. If you want to go for that double kill, push up, push here, cover, boom. I would say probably try to put it somewhere around here, but there's no way that would work. Not unless we have teleportations, but that's not until 4A. We've been at this for like 3 hours, so I feel like this has to be good enough. Because I can't put it here unless this was to be moved, and even then I couldn't push it here anyway, so... I feel like I could probably put this here, so it makes you think, oh, I gotta do this and do that, but then you're like, wait, but how am I supposed to do this? Follow the enemy, and then boom. Boom, 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 and then get out. Even though that doesn't feel like it's enough space. But it is. Trust me, it is. And there you go. The perfect level to test you on what you've learned with these 4 mechanics. Before new mechanics get added, at least 3 new mechanics. Well, 2 if you don't go through some of the side paths, because side path 2, the one leading towards the beach, will have the water mechanic in. They did not want you to go down, you fool. So, there we go. So, it's teaching you all the things that you need to learn. See the enemies moving out and are now just stuck in that part. So, if you're not paying attention, you think it's just, oh, well, why is that enemy there? Just to make that slightly difficult to get to? Alright, that's not too big of an issue. And then as soon as you get up there and move this, you're like, oh god, it goes around. It goes around. I guess technically if you really want to go for the Not, well, 100% enemy killing clear rate. You would do that. Also make sure you open up the gate. That would suck if you did that and you couldn't do the thing. Then you just go around, grab the key. I was going to kill the enemy. It's fine, I can kill him here. Kill! Perfect. Go up here, open that up. Boom. Enemy here that you want to kill. Oh wait, ish. I'm sensing an ish. So that's why this has to be opened. I mean, it's not like you can really do too much in that department anyways. Technically, a key is kind of pointless. You go here, set all that up, and then what? You block that out, you can't get out. So I say the key is pointless. The key is pointless, and it's just there as a... It was just there as a means for that, but then I forgot you have to get out to be able to get to here. Alright, it's fine. See, this is why you test the levels. If you don't test the levels, then it's an unplayable mess. That's why I test these levels. I somehow perfectly clipped that enemy as soon as it moved. I don't know how the hell I got that perfectly screwed. That was a jump scare right there. I was not expecting that. Well, let's just kill this guy again. Jesus. Well, be careful when you move, because if the enemy moves at the perfect time, you're kind of just getting yourself myrtle-eyed. Oh, yeah! I was gonna kill you. And I did it again! I'm misjudging the enemy's movement. There we go. Christ. Alright, we want to clear that out, but I guess I'll leave it open for now. It's not that big of a deal. Kill this guy. Do not push that out there. Simple crate puzzles, really. If I don't want to have to go through this, I could just push this, like, right here, go right on out as soon as I clear out these spots here. Yeah, now the enemies fill that entire area up, and you can't get through, so what do you do now? Well, I guess I could just put this here and kill this enemy. And we want to get these enemies to go... I guess technically it doesn't really matter. Put them down here, they'll go down there. Do a little... Oh god, that was a close one! And now they're just... Okay, so I guess it depends where you want that to go. It works out for us in the end anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. I don't have my hand on the mouse, that's not going to help me. You got these guys doing their thing. I could definitely see a way to do that, but I really don't want to risk it right now when I'm so close. Technically, I could just hold the button down and I'll be fine. And then to make this part... Well... I guess it does combine the enemies, and I can just kill them in one fell swoop. So it helps regardless in the end. I'll just grab the key first. And boom! Whew. It's an extra long level. And it requires a little bit more thought process put into it, but it's testing you on what you've learned so far. Now, of course, before I forget, there's still one more unlock that we have to put in here. And I believe it's 4. If it started on 1, and then 2 with the fast travel, and 3 through secret lock, it's 4 here. That's the thing I'm going to have to remember here. So it's 4. Awesome. Alright, now the last step. We build this level in Photoshop. Paint style. And we just go on ahead and implement it. And I think after that, whoops, I'm going to do a full playthrough of the first zone, main levels only. And it's also just a good test to see if turning VSync on actually helped anything. I would hope, but this computer's GPU nonsense is a real pain in the ass. I can't even play a game as simple as this. I can play Minecraft just fine, depending on the settings, I guess. But who knows, maybe that changed too. Played Up was just fine until all of a sudden it wasn't. So apparently my computer's just no longer up to snuff for some stupid reason, and I just don't understand the reasoning. Like, Minecraft was fine until it started to become lag central, and I had to like do it on remember the fog? Remember that episode where there was like the fog setting in and we had like 3 creepers in our goddamn villager's room, or soon to be villager's room, and it was just creepy in general, hearing footsteps but no other sound. That was good times. I miss those times sometimes. But I'm enjoying the Tales of Berseria series. Even if it's not getting a whole lot of traction, I'm fine with that. Yeah, it's a good test here. A good test to see just how well just how good you've done, and how much you've learned with these very simple mechanics. It looks a little bit intimidating and daunting at first, but once you figure it out, it's not that bad. I hope it's not that bad. In my head, it looks simple. It looks very easy. It does not look like it should be that big of a pain. That's my opinion, of course. I don't know if I... Hold on. Oh, both are pretty freaking bright. That's the problem with the clinger. Wait, that is the clinger, right? Yeah. That is the main problem with the clinger. I mean, on here, it is a bit more of a pain to see, and that's understandable. Unless I got the wrong color for that? I don't know, I haven't dealt with the clinger in a while, so my memories of what the clinger was like is very little to none. Yeah, basically all the lava stuff that we got set up here. I guess technically you could just push it up and push it here, and then, so I did clear it 2 different ways. Push it up, kill enemy, push it, clear it. So you can clear every single bit of lava here. I mean, if anything occurs that screwed anything up, I could easily go in, hopefully. Because Photoshop doesn't like trying to work with 23 by 23 pixels, has a hard time trying to open it properly. Which is very dumb. Very dumb. I don't understand why it does that. Yeah, you just see all these... Anybody who has not seen the game's development, or at least anybody who has not, like, you know, seen how the game is built, or anybody who's not played the game, who's not went in, played a few levels, and got a good understanding of how the levels and all that stuff works. Anybody with no knowledge of this game at all would just look at this and be like, huh, that's confusing, I forgot a crate. That's not the thought process they had. It's just that confusing, period, and that's it. I forgot the crate. Okay, alright. I think that's everything. Like, it looks like it matches it, right? But there's a good chance we're missing one very minute detail, like the crate there. It's a possibility. It's easy to forget that you've missed a certain thing, especially with how much you have to get set up here. It looks fine, though. It looks to be in order. So we're just going to go on ahead, grab this, compress it, save as, go to textures, PNG, and then boom. And now that gives us that. That's done. Well, I don't know if I'm going right into this, so I'll just minimize it for now. Now I'm just going to go into here, make this, that, do this, and no point, and apply. Let's see here. That's also right? Yeah, just need to make sure. We go over to our little texture materials, copy this, 10. Also, let me just make sure that none of these got copied and then changed because of stupidity. Okay, good, go to here, put in level 10. That is 10, right? Yeah. I don't know why it would do, because there's some instances where that does the stupid and, a lot of problems occur there, which is not good. Now we're just going to put this in, so we have at least the first 10 levels here. Close that out for now. And now we just go to the high clips real quick. Go over to here. And now we adjust you. Easy enough. You are a corner piece. I'll go on ahead, put that corner piece in right here. You're perfect. Now delete the perimeter, delete the base. Plop the level hub down. 110. Level stop 10. Zone 1 level 10. I am probably going to have the levels be 11, 12, 13, so on and so forth, just so it's easier for me to figure out where this needs to go. Alright, now I gotta go over to here, put this in. I know exactly where the player is going. And surprisingly, it's not in the center. Well, yeah, no, this is not entirely centered anyway, so yeah, makes sense. And I believe that's it. Unless I missed something vitally important, I believe that is it. Everything seems like it's fine. What are you doing, cat? Alright, perfect. So that takes care of that. I'm just gonna minimize everything, I think. And I think I got everything here, at least for the main levels. The first 10 levels that you gotta complete to get to the next zone right over here. And now I'm gonna hope that what I have here is good, and I'm going, well, do I just do a regular old, well, first of all, good. I'm just gonna do a regular old build and run. I don't know where we were at in the previous build and run, but this is what we're doing. Because why not? And after that, we'll call it there. It's pretty late anyway, so it might be a good idea to just call it there. I wasn't expecting for this to take so long, but level 8 was a little tricky, I must say. Trying to build level 8 was a huge pain in the ass. And there's a lot here to get set up. Tell me you're still on the regular old variation thing, because if you're not, that's going to suck. I know we got like 10 levels here for you to build. Also, I don't know if anything here changed. Plus, I don't know if this, the VSync is going to count. Oh, I hope it does. And there goes this thing. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, we'll just skip. Let me go to a new game and just see what this is going to do. Yeah, we don't have anything. We got one death somehow. I don't know what happened with this one. I think because of some weird what's it, who's it with. So let's just make a new file here. Yeah, because we didn't complete a level in that one that didn't do a thing. Alright, here we go. You're not going to be able to hear the music change here. I would say maybe I could bring out the, I could. I should. I am, actually. It's probably a million times better to use this thing to test out all 10 of these levels. I still got to adjust all of the materials here. Alright, so at least that stuff's saved. I'm going to go on ahead, put this in, hope this doesn't crash the game. It shouldn't. I don't know why that would crash the game. It doesn't make any sense for it to crash the game, but, you know, sometimes technological stuff don't make sense. I can't tell if it's lagging a bit. It feels good looking at it from a much higher perspective. Well, let me move this mouse out of the way. I gotta figure out how to hide the mouse. Don't go there, cat. I don't know why you're so adamant on going in that direction. Okay, so you're gonna hear a little bit of the current music here. I am so not, because you gotta press this a little bit more harder than the keyboard here. Stop trying to go that way. Okay, there it is. You hear that? Slightly changed. And boom. What are you doing, cat? There's our key and lock. Now we go down here to the third level. The player, I feel, does move a little bit slower in the map. I feel like I could increase the player's movement speed. Because if you got like areas that are like 4 to 5 quadrants away, it does get a little bit more difficult to try to like keep track of. I figure out how much that is, but I feel like it's fine what it is currently. And that's another one completed. Right, Moo? I'm half expecting this game to start lagging with the way this thing works. I can't wait to get that Zone 6A finished so I can see all of the ocean stuff back there. Double up. Now you'll be able to hear a little bit of the music here. I probably could need that. Destroy this guy because I'm not going to try to pull off dodge mechanics just yet. Can I kill this guy as I go down? Yes. Feels so satisfying killing those guys. Kill. 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 Lava cover. Level completed. Haha. I wish my eyes weren't so goddamn groggy. And this right here is the main reason why I want to try to adjust the things here. Because the lava looks like a key, and it's not a key. Alright, now to level 5. Going in. This one. I do kind of miss the old setup there, but it's fine. See? I'm not used to this. I thought I pressed the down key, but my finger didn't go all the way down. That's why I need to get this goddamn keyboard fixed. My, OG keyboard, the one that comes with the laptop. And for shits and giggles, I'll just kill these guys. Boom. Perfect. Alright, I gotta clear out a path here. I want to try to do this without dying. Easier said than done. Alright, the first one's set up. Oh, I almost didn't press the up key in time. Up key! Up key, Brian! Up key! Kill this guy before he passes by. Now this time you can actually hear the full music. I think. Kill. Oh, we're about to get to my favorite part here. I also fixed that so it's not too fast. I'm proud of this one. There it is. Much better than the first version. And I'll just stick around for you to hear this. I'll pause it so the time doesn't do its thing. I'll make the music louder, actually, even though it's not... Ah! Yeah. And so the middle part's fixed. I fixed up the end part a tiny bit in the synth section. But for the most part, yeah, that's a hell of a lot better than the first one. Okay, nothing unlocks here, but except for this one. Alright, we're about to get to the new levels. The ones that we already play-tested, but you know... Destroy. Destroy. Grab the key. Destroy. I don't know why I'm doing it like that, but it's fine. I'll destroy these guys as they come by. Destroy. Destroy. Perfect. I have no reason to do that other than to be vindictive. I probably could have just went down, but it's fine. Most people just go one at a time, but you can go two at a time if you're quick enough. And now we get the fast travel tower. Everything seems to be running so far now, fine now that I've had VSync on. I hope I didn't jinx it. I hope I didn't frickin' jinx it. Alright, no enemies here, but there is still a potential chance for death if you're stupid. So don't be stupid. Oh, I could've just... I didn't need to go around, but you know what? I did. Go down, clear this out first. Well, technically it doesn't matter. It's both basically in your department. I gotta take a minute to remember. Alright, I'll open this up now so we have that taken care of. Here is fine. This doesn't exactly matter where, so long as it goes where it needs to go. We just need to get it over here. Now we gotta clear this out first. Clear that out. Push this here, go around, push up. Push out, back in, and boom. Alright, so far so good. I don't think anything new is happening here. Yeah, no, nothing new here. And we got like this area, but we can't really go around, do anything around here. Plus, that's not set up to showcase the bottom. Oh, I also gotta give these new names, but I'll worry about that later. Alright. This one. I mean, this one's pretty easy. It's not that hard. You just gotta, like, be patient, wait for enemies to pass. You can go down the other routes. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, like, take the quick paths if you can. And now we go that way safely and grab that. It's nice that it lasts long enough for you to get to where you need to get to. And it's easy as that. It's just showing you that enemies can combine and go into certain areas. So, yeah, I'd say it's a really good, well put together level. I'm proud of that one. That one, though, with a secret level. I also kind of like this one. But, man, is it a pain to... Ah, I didn't kill him. Oh, well, it's fine. I got him blocked up. That's what matters. Beast, the pure pain in the ass it would be to get my ass to surpass that with ease. Speedrunners beware, unless you know how to dodge and do it flawlessly every time. That's going to be a pain in the ass. Oh, wait. Wait! I could just kill I can make up for all the mistakes I made there and just kill every single enemy. It works perfectly. Yeah, that works too. I am not trying that just yet. I'm just going to complete the levels we've got, see how well we do. I don't think I could kill that guy, even if I tried. That's the path you're supposed to take. And in doing so, only unlocks the right one. It should. Theoretically, if everything... Yeah, and it shows the finish lock and the secret lock, and so on and so forth. Can't go up because I haven't gotten that secret one completed yet. Then there's this one. The last one. Technically, yeah, I guess you could just go around the enemies like so. Here go this fool here. Kill both of them at once. Kill him. Open this up even though it doesn't really matter. Kill him. Any expert running this will know the best way to go about completing the level as fast as possible. Of course, any experts running this would probably try to go out of their way to dodge skip, which is an important mechanic to try to learn how to do if you want to get through stuff quicker. That's not going to kill me, right? Yeah, no, it's not. These guys are just going to go around their little path here. I clear that open. They're still doing their thing. I guess I could technically figure out how to kill them, but it's not that important. Alright, good. And we kill this guy just because. Grab the key. And boom! First zone completed. And now it should show the transfer arrow. I hope. I hope. Yes, it does. Good. Now, I'm going to check some things real quick. We can't go to the second zone yet because we don't have that unlocked yet. We don't have that made yet. Oh yeah, also there's this. See, I just don't know. I feel like I'm still missing something important here in this. It does sound slightly better. So, to complete those 10 levels, it took us over 14 minutes. We could probably get less than that. We didn't die, though, which is great. We unlocked 9 blockology, 4 mapology, 1 music library. Well, technically, no, that would be 4. So I gotta, no, 5. I would have to adjust that. Right. I mean, I think there's an easy way to adjust that. Just adjust the numbers via 5, 2, so on, so forth. 2,848 steps. Oh, that's a lot. 21 locks unlocked, 21 keys used, obviously. 41 enemies killed, 28 lava covered. Not bad, I must say, not bad. So far, the game's running way better than it does before, so VSync apparently helps a lot. At least in a game like this. Yeah, as you see, if we go over to here, this, I think it's X, right? Yeah. Sounds like it does. Just have it be on selected, so we can hear this as we do our thing. Then there's, of course, the blockology. All the information you unlock there. So yeah, basically basic stuff. Keys, simple. Blocks, simple. Enemies are invincible towards mostly everything, and the only way to kill them is using a crate. That's why that there is new. And that's all you got so far. Then there's the mapology. I do feel like I should make the player move faster than this. Movement arrows, transition arrows. If a level has 2 finished blocks, only one of the finished blocks will unlock a finished lock. The other will only unlock the secret block that's connected to the level, basically. Or I could just do,
If a level has 2 finished blocks, only one of
that's
the
supposed to be lowered.
will unlock a finished lock. The other one will only unlock the secret lock that's
connected weird.
To the level.
That's not supposed to have the thing high as it is. Well, there you go, at least. You got that there. Oh, and the fast travel tower, which is way bigger. I gotta remember to adjust that since I did the thing. I adjusted the size of it, so now I gotta adjust it here again. That's fine, I'll do that off camera. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna see if I can do this. I have no clue if I can. I don't think I can. But if I do this, then I'd be able to get to the thing quickly enough. Oh yeah, there's also the fact that I had to check to see if I could see all this stuff without the blocks in the way. Okay. Can I get that secret lock? I don't know if I'm going to try to do it the other way. You know the way I'm talking about. It's going to be a huge pain in the ass. I have to either dodge or try to just move fast enough, which is not easy to do. Wait, I didn't want to do that. I want to do this. I don't know if this is any better. Gotta wait for these fools to make their move. It's gotta be such a huge pain in the ass to do. Ah, shit. I think I was too early or too late. Dodging would be the way. That is a huge pain. Even if you know how to dodge, even if you know how to do all of that stuff, it's still such a huge pain. I know what I gotta do, I just don't know if I can fully do it. And having to go through this every time Makes it's supposed to discourage the average players from getting through that area. See, I can't tell if just running the crate into them and killing them is a better option, because that might be faster. Yes! I should have just did it the normal way. Woo! Secret lock unlocked! Legitimately, and not just moving the player there. Oh, that one was painful. So there you go. That didn't increase, that unlocked, and that stayed as such. And now we can go up to here, and this area is a little bit more difficult. I don't think anything else is here, but I could just... well, I have to exit it out this way anyway, so... I'm curious. I want to see something for a second. I'm going to go to Blockology and do the read thing. Maybe I just forgot to update the Mapology with the thing it's supposed to have. Possibly. Voiceover.
This is you.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to do. No. Exit. Okay, so Mapology I gotta adjust in multiple different departments. That's fine. Unfortunately, I got a blemish on my statistic. I got 1 death. 1 death, though, attempting that, which is fine. I'll go back to the normal one. Even though I don't really care for it that much. Take me back to normal. That's not normal. You were supposed to go back to normal. There's so many things I gotta adjust here, apparently. Mapology, music library, normal, not doing its thing again. And we just exit. Saves the game, saves what we've got there in that one area. And we don't have any music here yet, so... But with VSync on, everything does seem to run just fine. Alright, well, there you got it, folks. Let me see something for a second, because why do I feel like this is... Not that one, it's... Wait, which one was it again? Was it this one? This does look yellow. Hard to say. Well, anyways, that's all the time I have for today, folks. It is pretty freaking late, but hey, we got the first 10 levels built. I gotta do some things off camera, but that's to be expected. So with that being said, thank y'all for watching today's episode of Game Crafters. We got the first 10 levels built. We're gonna get the others built off camera, most likely, just so I can have some time to myself to figure out how I want to build certain levels. So with that being said, if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like, subscribe for more, check out that there playlist, and of course, previous episode of Game Crafters right over here, and most recent episode of Tales of Berseria right over here. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Later.